What's going on, y'all? It's Tuesday, and I hope everybody is feeling fantastic out there. So let's go ahead and slide right on this topic, and I want to talk about this situation involving Beyonce, because apparently 48 hours before she kicked off the Cowboy Carter tour in Atlanta, her unreleased music and set lists were stolen from a vehicle. And basically, it seems as though that vehicle was in some type of parking deck or whatever. And honestly speaking, it just baffles me that that type of information was left behind in a vehicle in Atlanta. Now, was it the YNs? It remains to be seen. Was it an inside job? That too remains to be seen. But listen, I just have to say that this was a rookie move on the part of Beyonce and her whole entire team. How in the hell does that type of delicate information get left behind in a vehicle in Atlanta? When Atlanta is known for stealing people's cars and breaking in stuff and taking you and stripping you for everything you got, you have to understand that it doesn't matter if you're in a good neighborhood. They don't care. If they see an opportunity to strike, they're going to take that opportunity. Now, listen, I have a question to ask. It's an honest question. I know some of you guys are not going to like what I have to ask or say, and you probably drop down in the comments and start windmilling. It's okay. Beyonce is not even going to put a piece of damn toast on your table. But my question is, when does this Cowboy Carter tour end? Now, listen, I know what you're thinking. I have access to look it up for myself, but I don't want to. I really don't, because at the end of the day, my gripe is the fact that I'm sick of seeing Beyonce parading around that stage in that red, white, and blue. That red, white, and blue does not represent people that look like me. It does not represent the people that are getting deported and things of that nature. And during a time like this politically, how can you strut across that stage in those colors? And listen, y'all, I've been questioning this since she dropped the album and I saw the album cover. And I'm thinking to myself, this America does not even accept you in a genre that our people created. And you're representing those colors? Okay. But anyway, guys, let's just go ahead and get into this. I want to play you guys a clip of them talking about the fact of what transpired on the night where Beyonce's items were stolen. And then I'm going to play you clips of a few people just reacting to the whole situation. And then I'll be back to close the video.
Atlanta police say they've issued an arrest warrant for a suspect accused of breaking into an SUV and stealing Beyonce's unreleased music, set lists, and other items. Channel 2's Michael Seiden first broke this exclusive story on Channel 2 Action News at 4. He's live now from Northeast Atlanta. Michael, what have you learned about the suspect?
And George, we know that APD issued that arrest warrant just before 4 o'clock this afternoon. Right now, I am still working my sources, trying to find out a little bit more about this person who they're looking for. But right now, not a lot of details out there, but I want to show you we were actually standing in the parking deck right here at Krog Street Market where that break-in took place. As Beyonce prepares to close out her fourth and final night of the Cowboy Carter concert in Atlanta, fans of the Grammy-winning singer are stunned after learning that Atlanta police have issued an arrest warrant for a suspect accused of breaking into an SUV and stealing her unreleased music.
Oh, shoot.
No way.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
There'll be a lot of free Beyonce music on the street.
Right now, police aren't identifying the suspect, but Channel 2 Action News has learned that it all went down just after 8 p.m. on July 8th, 2 days before the first show.
Oh, that's terrible. The crime is awful. Crazy people out here.
Beyonce's choreographer and one of her dancers told police that they parked their rented Jeep Wagoneer inside this parking deck at Krog Street Market, and when they returned about an hour later, they noticed someone had broken in through the back liftgate and stolen multiple items. According to the incident report, Beyonce's team members reported that the thieves got away with laptops and 5 hard drives. The hard drives contained watermarked music, some unreleased music, footage plans for the show, and past and future set lists. Channel 2 has reached out to Beyonce's representatives for comment, but as of Monday afternoon, we haven't received a response.
Bold. It's very bold. Like, what is she, like, do you think they got paid for it?
And again, we're staying in close contact with APD as well as reaching out to her representatives. Now, APD wanted everyone to know that this is a good reminder to check out their Clean Car campaign to prevent you and your family from becoming victims. For more information, we have that on our website, WSBTV.com. We're live in Northeast Atlanta. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
You don't leave stuff in your car. You don't know who could be following you. Maybe they actually were targeting that car. Michael Seiden, thank you.
Atlanta, y'all never beaten the allegations. Let's just be frank and let's just be clear. Now, which allegations? Well, there you go. There are many of them because it looks like Beyonce's choreographer and one of her dancers said thieves broke into the SUV and stole jump drives containing unreleased music, footage, plans for her show, and more before her Atlanta show started. The Atlanta Cowboy Carter tour stopped. Now, this all happened July 8th or so, and what's really interesting about this is there were updates, which is police say they were able to track and locate an AirPod that was also in the vehicle, and they pinged that, and they were able to find someone that they're questioning. Now they aren't releasing any names because they don't really have much yet on how responsible this person is in this matter, right? That's pretty much what I have on the update of this. Now, I know Beehive, some of y'all are civilians and you are willing to snitch. Police also gave information that they're looking for a red Hyundai Elantra, which they believe may have been, the car that the thieves jumped in. So if you find that and you want to, do favors for your queens up in Georgia and Atlanta area, once you go report on that. They located another car. Remember when I told you about the AirPods? It was a silver car. They didn't tell us what type of car it was, in which the person they're, sort of questioning, that's where the AirPods were in when they used the whole Find My iPhone or Find My AirPod app to locate that. So that's where we are. But dare I say, Beyonce is never coming back. The only thing that helps you lots is you lied is you didn't actually, I guess, rob Beyonce technically, but her backup dancers and members of her team missing stuff. I don't think the queen is gonna take that lightly, buddy.
At first I was hater because I was mad that Giselle was giving Atlanta everything, and what did Atlanta do to deserve any of that? And then I read this. Beyonce's choreographer said that thieves broke into the car and stole jump drives containing unreleased music, footage, plans for her show, and more. And I read the article, and the more is future set list. Okay, walk with me. People like, Beyonce is a vet. She just wouldn't leave unreleased music on jump drives and cars like that. Beyonce wouldn't, but her choreographer would. And her choreographer would need the unreleased music in the future set plans. Why? Because they working on choreo for Act 3, which means we either finna get Act 3 early or it's never gonna see the light of day. Never gonna see the light of day. Also, this happened on July 8th, and if they stole the footage, that means they stole footage from like previous shows too. And that may be one of the reasons why Atlanta is getting everything, because they're having to re-record stuff to put into the film that we all know finna be on HBO Max or Netflix or whatever. And so I'm just sitting here like, Giselle, you're rewarding bad behavior, because what did Atlanta do to deserve any of that? And if you're doing all of that for this, Vegas is finna be lit. So if you don't have your tickets for Vegas yet, you better go get some.
First of all, that Beyonce team member that was responsible for watching them hard drives, you're fired. Not only are you fired, you're never going to work in this town again. Secondly, if you think you're just going to break into that laptop, you're wrong. It's probably harder to get into than the White House. It's not sitting around with a 123 Carter passcode. I'm telling you, everything is probably encrypted. Thirdly, if you do by chance get in it and try to release anything, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. And when they pick you up in the paddy wagon, you're probably going to get beat with a nightclub, because everybody is a Beyonce fan. And we all know what this means. If that gets out, everything is shut down. Everything is canceled. The residency is done. She's going to go into early retirement. I'm telling you. And people like me who could not afford to go to Cowboy Carter this year, was really looking forward to Act 3, have already started putting a couple quarters away. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. Why y'all still everything in Atlanta? Anything that's not nailed down, y'all so sickening. Y'all so sickening. Damn. That's all I know.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. Now, there are some people that don't believe that this actually happened the way that they're reporting it. A lot of people feel that there's some type of conspiracy behind this, and this is all a part of Act 3 that Beyonce is going to roll out. I don't know about that, but I do know that the people that stole her music are incredibly wrong, and Atlanta has a real issue. It really does. I mean, it's gone down the drain from when I even lived there back in the early 2000s and things like that, and it was already getting bad then as far as the break-ins and stuff like that. But y'all, something just tells me that Beyonce and her team is way more smarter than that. I just cannot believe that they would be that reckless as it pertains to the choreographer having those type of details on him or her or whatever. But listen, I could be wrong. Maybe they thought everything was sweet in the A and nobody would ride on them like that in that fashion. But I do want to take the time to give Beyonce props in this regard, because she's a professional at the end of the day. Because I don't know if I would have been that professional if I had my things stolen from me, that type of sensitive information, to carry out a 3 or 4 day show in Atlanta. I don't know. I think I would have counseled it, you know? But shout out to her for being the professional, hardworking individual that she is. But at the end of the day, like, just return her shit, man. Just return her stuff so that she can move on, you know. But I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let a brother know what you think about this whole entire situation. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.